بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي اللهم ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار ربي زدني علما. Assalamu alaikum and good afternoon everyone. MashaAllah, I am very much impressed today when I saw your commitment and when I have found all of you present. For the first time, I found you present before me. Mostly when I come to a class, I find the class empty. But today it was a pleasant surprise for me that almost all of you, only Mr. Jawad is absent. And apart from Mr. Jawad, everybody is present. And I was not expecting you people just because of the expected rain. I thought that maybe it started raining unexpectedly. And you people will get caught at different places. I was just thinking about you people that you will come out from your houses, but you will take shelter somewhere because of the rain. But mashallah, you are wise people that you have you are already present before the coming of the rain. You have got shelter and you are present over here. So this is called presence of mind. So this is it shows your commitment. It shows you are responsible people, and this is called personal responsibility. This is called sense of responsibility, mashallah. So yesterday's session has a lot of change you people and has a lot of impact on your mind. And this is great that you people have sense of responsibility, and you are right on time. I'm not saying that you are before the time. You are right on time. But it's good that you people are already inside the class before the rain, because if rain start and you people would have on the way, so it would have been quite difficult for you people to arrive for the class. As we have discussed what is responsibility and what is sense of responsibility yesterday. Now, how to become a responsible person? The question is, yes, responsibility, you know about responsibility, that to do something which you are expected to do, or to do something which you are supposed to do, or to take praise or blame for all your actions. This is responsibility. And we also come to know about sense of responsibility, that when we show full, when we hold ourselves fully responsible for something, for all our actions, so we have sense of responsibility. And sense of responsibility is the quality or characteristic of highly successful people. And because of sense of responsibility, they take great decisions. They're great decisions maker. They have great commitment, and they have the ability to solve and handle difficult and complex problems. So yesterday we discussed all these things, but now the question is how to become a responsible person. As we know that when we become responsible, so then we can change ourselves, and we can also bring positive change in the system, in the society. So first of all, we have to become a responsible person. So there are certain tips, and if we follow these tips, so we can become a responsible person. Number one is take responsibility to prioritize your life. Have you prioritized your life? Prioritize your life mean that, do you know your objectives in life? Do you know about your habits? Do you know the activities which you perform on daily basis? So what are the activities you give more time? You spend most of your time on what activities? So have you ever thought about it, that what the activities you take more time from you, or you spend more of your energy, more of your time on that activity? So what are those activities? So when you become if you want to become a responsible person, then you must prioritize all the activities, all the habits, and all your goals. that what is the top goal of your life? What should be the top goal? What should be the biggest goal of our life? We must know about it. What should be the biggest goal? And then we must spend most of our time and most of our energy on that goal. So this is called prioritizing um our life. For example, at this time from 2:30 to 3:30, there must have been a lot of activities in your life, but you prioritize only this activity. So it means that you are responsible, and you prioritize this activity and you skip the other activities, and now you want to spend your time and your energy on this activity. So when you prioritize your whole day and then your whole life, your whole day, your week, your month, your year, and then your whole life, so this is how we will become a responsible person. Secondly, when we stop playing blame games, whatever happen in our life, when we take responsibility for that, so we will become a responsible person. But if we only criticize other people, and if we get success, so we get credit for that, but if we get failed, then we criticize other. We say that I got failed just because of that person. So when we blame other people for our failures or for our misfortune, so we will never become a responsible person. So we must take full responsibility for each and every activity of our life, whether we get fail or whether we succeed. So we must take full responsibility for each and everything. So when we take full responsibility, we stop blame game. So this is how we will become a responsible person. The third important tip, if we want to become a responsible person, is make time for self-reflection. This is very important quality, and this is the quality of also great people. This is also called reflective mindset. We must have a reflective mindset because this is important for development, improvement, and progress. So, do we make time for self-reflection? Do we reflect upon our life? Do we reflect upon our activities? Whatever we perform, do we reflect upon that? So if yes, we reflect upon our each and every activity. For example, I meet somebody, and after meeting, I reflect upon it, that whether the meeting was fruitful for me. Did I learn something? Was it useful for me? Was it a good experience? So whatever we do in our life, when we reflect upon that, after performing that activity, when we reflect upon that, and we always look out for the positive, so this is how we will become a responsible person. So reflective mindset, we must become a reflective mindset person, or we must make time for self-reflection. The next important tip is take accountability. Accountability means hold yourself responsible for whatever you do in your life. This is called accountability. Ask yourself, why did you do that thing? Why you didn't do that thing? When you ask yourself, why did you do that, why did you perform that activity, or why you didn't perform that activity, so when you ask yourself these questions, so you are holding yourself responsible, you are taking accountability. Accountability is very important. This is also called check and balance. This is very important for progress, for development. In those countries and those societies, they have made development, there is strong accountability system, strong check and balance system. There is a reward and punishment system. So when you hold yourself accountable for your actions, and if you have performed some bad things and you punish yourself for that, and if you have done something great, you reward yourself for that. So this is how you will become a responsible person. So take accountability. The next important tip is don't internalize judgment. Whatever judgment you make or you has been mad about your life, so don't internalize it. It means that if we take a a decision about our life, or we take there is a judgment about our life. So we should accept that whatever judgment that is, we should accept that, and we should not be sorry for that. If it is against us, we should not be sorry for that. Practice compassion towards yourself. Practice compassion. Mean be kind towards yourself, love yourself, be your best friend, take mercy upon yourself. So this is called practice compassion towards yourself. Love yourself. Be mindful of your excuses. Whatever excuses you are making, just be mindful of that. Whether the excuses you are making, this is destroying you, or these excuses are making you. Sometimes we make excuses and we don't know the effect of it. So we make very bad habit, because when we make excuses, so we get used to lying, or we get used to, we don't show commitment. So we are not brave people. So therefore we make excuses. So whatever is the reality, we must be able to face that reality. So this is how we will never make excuses. Rather, whatever is the reality, we will just face that and we will just share it. For example, if I don't come to the class, so I should not make excuses. Or if I come late, so I should not make excuses. Rather, I should tell the truth, that was the truth, that was the reality. Yeah, so this will make you a responsible person. But if you make excuses, and you are not mindful about your excuses, and it is your habit making excuses, and you make excuses everywhere. So this is not good. This will not make you a responsible person. So if you want to be a responsible person, then whatever is the reasons, you must just come up with that very reason, the solid reasons, if there is any. And the last tip is take responsibility for removing toxic people from your life. Remove toxic people. Toxic people are poisonous people. Those people who discourage you, those people who are negative minded, and those people who always try to make you sad, to make you unhappy, and those people who want to distract your mind and to stop you from achieving your goals in life. So when you take responsibility for removing toxic people from your life, so you will also become a responsible person. This is also your responsibility. When you live among positive people, so you will feel positive, you will become positive. But if you live among negative people, you will remain negative, you will become a negative person. Because if you listen to a negative thing, so you will think about that, and then it will waste a lot of your time, and it will also make you unhappy and sad. So why shouldn't we avoid it in the first place? So therefore, it is our responsibility to remove the toxic people out of our life. So these were the tips which, if when we start practicing these steps, when we follow these steps, so we will become a responsible person. Now there are some examples of responsibilities. I will give you some examples of different examples of responsibility in different fields, like fiscal conservatism. Fiscal conservatism is a term which is considered economic responsibility. Fiscal conservatism. I'm not that clear about this term fiscal conservatism, but maybe how to save money, or how to earn money and how to save it. So fiscal conservatism, I think. So this is economic responsibility. This is also our responsibility. Secondly, Strong work ethic. Strong work ethic is a professional responsibility. What is our professional responsibility? It is strong work ethic. We must have strong ethic. We should have strong principles. We should have strong values and ethics. And we should never compromise on that. Coming to school on time. For example, we are teachers, so we will talk about schools. Coming to school on time, going to class on time, coming out of class on time, preparing our presentation or preparing our lecture, communicating in a good way with the students, in a friendly way, in a smiling way, encouraging students to ask questions, motivating students, helping students. So these are strong work ethics. Be good with to our colleagues. So spreading positivity, spreading hope. So these are strong work ethics. We must never compromise on it. Helping people in need. This is social responsibility. Helping people in need. If we want to be socially responsible, then we must, if there is a person who approaches and he is in need of something, we must help that person, because this is our social responsibility. Recycling. Recycling the things which causing pollution. This is environmental responsibility. Throwing the what do you call that, the garbage into the dustbin, throwing the extra things into the dustbin. This is our environmental responsibility. If we throw the garbage and the pollutant everywhere, so we are not environmentally responsible. We are creating environmental problems, and we are creating, and these problems will affect the health of the people badly, and then we will be responsible for that. So it is our responsibility to recycle the garbage, the plastic bags, whatever we throw from our houses. So we must throw it up. There should be a proper place. There should be a dustbin or a dumper. So this is how we will be environmentally responsible. Doing the right thing when no one is looking. This is our more ethical responsibility. Doing the right thing when no one is looking, or moral or ethical responsibility. This is also show our character, whether we have good character or not. When nobody is there, when nobody is looking, and there is no camera. When there is no camera and you are doing the right thing, so this is our ethical responsibility. If there is a camera and you do these things just for the camera, there are people, they are looking at you, you do this thing only for them. This is still a good thing. But if you do it, this is your habit, this is your nature, it's good. But if you do it only for the camera, and after when there is no camera, then you don't do these things, so then this is not, you are not ethically responsible. So this is important, that we must be ethically responsible, and we must always perform the good things, whether there is camera, there is no camera, whether there is someone or there isn't anybody. We should always think that Allah is looking. Allah will give me a reward for it. Allah will punish me for it. So when we when we are in connection with Allah, and we only consider Allah in these matters, so this is how we will become an ethically responsible person. If you are interested with a shop, with a store to run alone, if you are interested with a shop or with a store to run alone, so this is also professional responsibility. For example, if someone has a shop or a business, and he entrusted you with that, and you are alone there, so once again, this is also ethical responsibility, but this is also professional responsibility, that the person has entrusted you, and he is okay with that, and you don't create any problem for that person. So you have professional responsibility. You only do your work. You are honest with your work, and you only do that. You don't do any corruption. So whatever duty we are resign or we are interested with, if it is a government job, it is a private job where we are in a private firm, or we are working in a government organization, a private organization, or even at home, or even in our society, if we have been interested with something, so when we do it in a good way, in a great way, in a nice way, so will have professional responsibility. Self-control is also a kind of responsibility. Self-control. This is also, all these things are, I think all these things are self-control. Not showing favoritism is also responsibility. Not showing favoritism. For example, if I run a class and I only give importance to Stasif, and I give most of the time to Stasif, and I interact with him, I communicate with him, and I ignore the rest of the student. So I will not be responsible, because I will do favoritism. So if I want to be a responsible person, I should not do favoritism. Rather, I should treat everyone equally. Everyone should be equal in my eyes, or in the eyes of the law. So Allah is, we know that Allah, everyone is equal in the eyes of Allah, Almighty Allah. There is only preference of piety or pious or virtuous activities. So these were some of the examples of responsibility, that how can we become a responsible person, and what are the different things in which we can become a responsible person. There are some beautiful quotations, and all these quotations show the importance of responsibility, that how much responsibility is important in our life. Like I will quote the quotation which I quoted yesterday as well, that you cannot escape tomorrow responsibility by evading it today. This quotation also shows us the importance of responsibility. Another important quotation about responsibility is, with great power come great responsibility. As we also discussed it yesterday, with great power come great responsibility. In the developed countries, in the developed nations, this is true. In the developed nation, this is true. With great power come great responsibility. But unfortunately, in this part of the world, this is not true, because we have seen that highly responsible people, they don't take responsibility. They are the violators of the constitution. They are the violators of the law, and they take pride in violating the laws in this part of the world, because there is immunity for them, and no one can ask them for these things. So therefore, there is no law. Rather, there are two laws, one for the poor and one for the rich. So because of that, there is no accountability. So therefore, we cannot say that with great power come great responsibility in this part of the world. But in the developed societies, this is true. With great power come great responsibilities, because there, the people who are holding highly responsible posts, so they are also the most responsible people. The price of freedom is responsibility, and the price of greatness is responsibility. We also discussed it yesterday. The price of greatness is responsibility. The price of freedom is responsibility. Now, if you want to be free, if you want to live independent life, if you want to live free life, if you want to live the life on your own terms, and if you want that nobody should dictate you what to do with your life, then you must be a responsible person. So when you are responsible, then you will live a free life. You will have freedom in your life. You will have liberty, and you will live the life. You will live your life on your own terms and your choices, and therefore you will live a satisfied life, because the decision which you will make, that will be your own decisions. The actions which you will take, that will be your own actions, and you will own it as well. You will be owning your each and every action. If it is success, if it is a failure, you will own it, because you will live a responsible life. There is another quotation: when you blame other, so you give away the power to change yourself. When you blame other, you give away the power to change yourself, or you give the power to change. For example, if I fail, so if I get fail, so there must be a reason, there must be a genuine reason, because of that reason I got fail. But if I say that I got fail just because of that person, so now what does it mean? It means that I am blaming that person and I don't want to take responsibility, I don't want to change myself. So actually, if instead of blame gaming, if I say no, I got fail just because I didn't make a proper homework, I wasted my time on other things. So this is how I will change myself. So next time when I will be fearing, so I will be a changed person or dependent person. So blame game is not important for progress and improvement. So if you want to improve in life, if you want to make development in life, then we must not blame others for our life, and we should take full responsibility for our life. There is another quotation: I must do always solve more problem than something must be done. There are two phrases. I must do something about it. This solve more problem than the sentence or the phrase, something must be done. I must do something about it, or I must do something. Yes, something must be done. I must do something, it shows responsibility. You are taking responsibility here. But if you say something must be done, so you think that other people should take responsibility. I must do something, you are taking responsibility. But if you say something must be done, so you think that other people should take responsibility. The time to do the right thing is always right. Ibrahim, Martin Luther King, one of our American presidents, said the time to do the right thing is always right. So all these quotation shows us the importance of responsibility in our life. And yesterday and today we talk about the importance of responsibility. What is responsibility? What is sense of responsibility? And today we mostly focus on how can we become a responsible person, and in what areas of life we can show responsibility. And also quote some beautiful quotations which also shows us the importance of responsibility. So I hope that you now you are quite clear about the concept of what is responsibility, and how can we become a responsible person, and how can we change ourselves, and how can we change our life, and how can we live a full life, and how can we live a great, independent, and happy life. So now I would like to listen to you people, that what do you think about today's session and today's topic? How did you find it, and was there something useful for you? So from your feedback, I will come to know about whether today's topic was useful for you.
Everyone. So well defined. Today the session was all about responsibility. Last day we discussed about what is responsibility, and today we learned the tips how to develop it. So there are certain rules and tips. By following those tips, we can easily develop it. The first one is to prioritize goals. First we have to make a time management, and then we give time to on the priority of those things. What things come first, so we should give them more time. The second thing is when we start doing that things, so there are chances we can fail and we can achieve that thing. So we should take responsibility for that, and we should stop blame game.
Oh.
We should not blame other things, other people for failing there.
Uh-huh.
The second one, the third one is reflective mindset or time for reflection.
Yes.
Whatever activity we are doing, so at the end we should reflect it. We should find out either it was beneficial for me or not. So we should think for a while, and we should be accountable. Uh, we should ask from ourselves that the thing that we did was beneficial. So these are the things, and the first one is be your best friend. So in this way, if we are accountable, we get responsibility. So we are doing good things for ourselves. Uh, and the most important thing that influence the negative people from our life are remove toxic people from our
Yes.
life. So there are different fields of responsibility, and we have to show responsibility. For example, by the head of the family, we should be fiscal conservative. We should show economic responsibility. We should save money. We should earn money. So that is the only possible if we show responsibility. Uh, there are ethical responsibility, professional responsibility, social responsibility. So these are very much important for ourselves, and we should work on it. Because with the great power comes great responsibility, and we should keep these quotation always in mind, and we should work on it. Thank you.
Very good, Mohammed Yusuf sir. You beautifully summarized the whole thing. Huh, Naveed Saab. Mhm. Blame game, okay. Exactly. Mhm. Mhm. Yes. Yes. Mhm. Okay. Don't internal judgment. I think don't be judgmental. I think about others people. Judgmental mean don't criticize other. I think. Okay. Yes. Mhm. Yes. Okay. Very good, Mr. Naveed Saab. Hmm. Bacha Hussain Saab, Rehan, Salman, Ustaz Saib, Aminullah Saib. So you can take the initiative. Saqib Saab. Hmm. Anyone can say a few words. Just one or two words. Huh? It will be enough. Hmm. Sasif, if you stop the fence, it will be okay. Yeah, because it is raining outside. Huh?
Don't internalize jump if we take a decision of life, we accept it. We should fight for it.
Uh-huh.
And fiscal
Conservatism.
conservatism,
Okay.
how to save money,
Uh-huh.
and they are also uh, economic,
Economic responsibility.
responsible, strong work ethic, we should strong value,
Uh,
come to school on time,
yes.
come to school
Yeah,
at
professional
time,
responsibility. This is professional responsibility. Hmm.
and
Helping other.
helping
Social
others.
responsibility. Doing the right thing. Ethical responsibility.
Reputation that the
Huh.
time is do the right thing is also to right.
Is always right.
Is always right.
Okay. Very good, Bachao Sensei. Well done. Huh. Saqib Saab. How to become a responsible person. Hmm. your life, your goals are life. Good. Hmm.
State blame, blame
Stop
game.
blame games. Good.
We should not blame other
Ah,
people for our
failure.
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 Okay, good.
We make time of self reflection.
Self reflection. Make time for self reflection.
Uh, Upon your life.
Hmm.
Support, take accountability.
Yes, take accountability.
Ask your
Action. Actions. Good.
don't internalize
Internalize judgment.
judgment.
Okay, good.
You should accept your judgment.
Hmm.
Uh, you can accept tomorrow responsibility by choose
Escape.
today.
Uh, Evading it today. Good. Okay, well done, Mr. Saqib Saab. Salman and Rehan. Amidullah and Mustasir. The sleeping giant.